Welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the YONGNUO 33mm F1.4 camera lens. Now this comes in Nikon Z mount and Fuji X mount, but we'll be reviewing the Sony E mount version of this lens. So straight away we can see that the lens is made from a metal construction and the build quality and weight of the lens feels absolutely fantastic. On the left hand side of the lens we have a customizable button, and on this lens also we get an adjustable aperture ring, which can be set to click adjustment or smooth adjustment. It can also be put in auto mode so that you can take control of the aperture via your camera. The focus ring is also very smooth and feels of high quality. Removing the lens cap we can see that it comes with a 58mm filter thread and its minimum focus distance is 40 centimeters. The lens itself is made up of 11 elements in 9 groups. Taking off the bottom cap we can see that it comes with a weather sealing gasket and the connection points for its autofocus digital stepping motors. On the neck of the lens we also get a covered USB-C port for firmware updates. It also comes with a built-in 2.4 GHz wireless module which can be connected to the YONGNUO remote control, which enables you to take control of the focus and other parameters completely remotely. Right, that's enough of the wiffle waffle and the technical specs of this lens. Let's take it out to the streets of London and see how it performs. So we've made it to London with the YONGNUO 33mm F1.4. We're going to be putting it through its paces and seeing if it's worth considering. Let's go see what we can find. So we got the lens paired up with a Sony a6700 and the lens feels absolutely fantastic paired up with this camera. Now with its focal length of 33mm, which equates to a 50mm on a full frame camera, this means this lens's focal length is pretty much perfect for every type of scenario. It's that perfect focal length for photographers and filmmakers alike, and that's why they call this focal length the nifty 50. Now all the images that you're going to see are going to be straight out of camera JPEGs with ISO set to auto. And with this first image you can see the focal length that I'm talking about and how this is a very practical lens for everyday shooting. It's neither super wide or super punched in, leading to a very natural field of view. But with this focal length you can still get a really nice subject separation from the background. Now when first reviewing these images I did think the lens come up on the slightly cooler side of the colour temperature range, but then I realised it was -2 in London and it was absolutely freezing. Now the sharpness of this lens looks very impressive indeed. Let's take a closer look. And yeah, just as I thought, it's very impressive. We'll take a closer look at the sharpness of this lens later in the video. And as you can probably tell from these images, it's Christmas here in London with all these Christmas markets and stalls set up. And just take a look at the colour and clarity that this lens and camera body produce. Absolutely fantastic. The focus speed and accuracy of the lens was very impressive indeed. I would say on par with native Sony lenses. And again looking at that 33mm focal range on an APS-C camera, it really is fantastic for street photography. Also notice the subject separation again. Right, I think it's time we take a closer look at the optics of this lens and how sharp it really is. So starting at f1.4, centre sharpness is incredible and the outer corners are also very impressive. Just getting a very slight hint of vignetting at f1.4. Stepping down to f1.8 and the vignetting is almost completely gone. And at f2.8 vignetting has cleared up completely and the sharpness levels in the outer corners and centre are just remarkable. Stepping down to f4 and this is the sweet spot for this lens. Sharpness across the whole image is just insane. Dare I say it, but it's probably more impressive than the Sony native lenses that cost over double the price of this lens. Stepping down to f5.6, f7.1 and f11 sharpness remains remarkable. Even at f16 it's more than impressive, even with the slightest signs of diffraction. Now, one area of this lens that isn't so impressive is its minimum focus distance, which, as I said at the start of the video, is 40 centimeters. This means that macro photography isn't its strongest point. Video quality and video autofocus from this lens and camera duo is also fantastic. As you can see from these clips, the eye and face detect from the Sony a6700 with this lens is absolutely rapid and never once does it miss focus. In my opinion, it looks absolutely fantastic, but as always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's worth also noting that with the size and weight of this lens with a Sony body or even a Fuji or Nikon, this lens makes it perfect for any type of gimbal work. The only thing you have to be aware of is that the lens is missing any type of inbuilt stabilisation, so if your camera comes with iBiz, make sure it's switched on. Right, that's enough of me jumping around in the rain. Let's check out its focus breathing. And again, this is an area where this lens absolutely shines, with hardly any focus breathing at all. If you do any type of video work or filmmaking, this lens should be definitely considered. So what's my final verdict and conclusion then to this YONGNUO 33mm F1.4 lens? Well, I have to say, I think this lens is exceptional. I really do believe this is one of the best lenses on the market at the moment. This is the second lens from YONGNUO that I've had the pleasure of reviewing. The first being the YONGNUO 11mm F1.8, which is an absolute dream of a lens and blew me away with its wide angle optical quality. And now YONGNUO have stepped it up with a 33mm F1.4, which is just exceptional. Trying my best to find any flaws with this lens, and I'm really struggling. I guess you could say the minimum focus distance is a little bit of a negative, and possibly that it doesn't have any inbuilt stabilisation, but then again it doesn't claim to have these features, so it's hard to mark something down when it openly admits these features are missing. And then when you factor in that this lens comes in at a price of only 200 UK pounds, which is approximately 270 US dollars, my conclusion is it's exceptional. I highly recommend you go check out the YONGNUO 33mm and also check out their other lenses. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you enjoy your camera tech reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that's all we do on this channel. I'll leave links to this very lens in the description and in the top pinned comment. But that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in that next video. See you soon, everyone.